relax, and allow yourself to settle into this quiet moment. Let your body sink slowly into the softness beneath you. Let your hands rest and feel the gentle weight of your arms. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it out, softly, letting the day's thoughts drift away like leaves on a calm stream. Notice the subtle warmth around you, maybe the soft crackle of a fire in the distance, the faint scent of candle wax, mingled with the delicate fragrance of flowers carried on a gentle evening breeze. Let your shoulders drop, let your jaw soften, let the calm of this space begin to cradle you. With each breath, feel a wave of calm washing over you from your head down through your neck, your chest, your arms down to your fingers, through your torso, your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. You are safe, you are still, you are resting. And now, with your mind becoming soft and quiet, let us step into a gentle story, a story that begins in a garden of candlelight, where the night itself whispers softly through the leaves. Our story today begins in a palace, ancient and serene, where the walls of stone have stood for centuries, and the corridors echo with the quiet wisdom of history. Here, a princess walks slowly, her steps soft upon the cobbled stones, her gown brushing lightly against the floor, each movement measured, calm, deliberate. It is twilight, and the first stars are beginning to twinkle in the vast indigo sky above. The gardens are bathed in the golden, flickering glow of hundreds of candles, their flames dancing like tiny fireflies. You can imagine their warmth just at the edges of the paths. The soft smell of wax and melted tallow, and the subtle, cool hint of evening air that carries the fragrance of roses, lavender, and jasmine. The princess, whose name is Eloan, walks alone, yet not lonely. There is a quiet strength about her, a gentle, radiant authority that seems to hum softly in the air around her, a power not loud or power-demanding, but calm, steady, like the steady heartbeat of the earth beneath your feet. She pauses by a small fountain, the water trickling softly like a lullaby. She leans on the carved stone edge and lets her fingers brush the surface, ripples spreading in gentle circles, reflecting candlelight that dances across the water. Take a moment now to feel that gentle ripple of calm in yourself, spreading through your body, from your fingertips down to your arms, through your chest, all the way to your toes. Eloan whispers a thought into the night, a thought of choices, of paths not taken, of duties and desires. Her voice so soft that only the night itself can hear. She thinks of her people, her responsibilities, the weight of crowns, and yet the deep, quiet understanding that some decisions belong only to her. The night air brushes against her cheeks, carrying a gentle promise. The cool touch of leaves rustling in the garden, a whisper of wind threading through the branches above, and you can imagine it too. The soft, sighing sound of leaves, a gentle song that encourages your mind to drift, to rest. In the distance, the faint hum of a hearth drifts up, the soft crackle of logs burning slowly in some distant chamber, a warmth that promises safety, comfort, and the slow, gentle passage of time. You feel it in your own chest, a warmth that expands with every soft inhale and releases tension with every quiet exhale. The princess continues her walk, her steps perfectly in tune with the rhythm of the night. She passes through an archway woven with vines, their leaves whispering softly against each other, the petals brushing like silk under her fingertips. She breathes in the sweet scent of night-blooming flowers, the warmth of candlelight, the cool of evening air. Eloan's thoughts drift to her own heart, a heart that has chosen freedom, wisdom, and calm over the bustling clamor of expectation. She knows, in her quiet strength, that some powers are measured not in battles or in riches, but in patience, in observation, in the soft command of her own choices. And as she moves along the garden paths, the stars above seem to lean closer, shimmering faintly, winking, guiding her steps, just as the soft, lulling rhythm of your own breath guides you in and out, in and out. Take a slow moment to feel the night around you. Imagine the soft texture of petals under your hands, the gentle brush of silk against your skin, the faint, comforting scent of burning candles. Let your eyelids grow heavy. Let your mind drift alongside hers. Allowin pauses at a marble bench carved with swirling patterns that shimmer faintly in candlelight. She sits, the stone cool against her fingers, the air brushing her hair, and she allows herself a moment of stillness, a moment to reflect, to consider the quiet wisdom of solitude, the deep calm of choosing her own path. And in this quiet, soft moment, the garden itself seems to breathe with her. The leaves sigh, the water ripples, the candles flicker gently, all in perfect calming harmony, creating a soft, rhythmic lullaby that wraps around the night, around the princess, and around you. Each detail of the garden, each soft sound, each flickering light becomes part of your own journey into relaxation, your own soft, drifting awareness as you feel your mind release the tensions of the day, as your body sinks deeper into calm. Now, Ilawan rises again, and the path winds slowly through rows of fragrant blooms, past whispering fountains, past shaded alcoves, her gown brushing softly, the distant hum of the hearth, the soft sigh of leaves, the ripple of water, all blending together, guiding you deeper into the gentle rhythm of the night. And as she walks, she reflects on the quiet courage it takes to stand alone, to make her own choices, to claim her own quiet strength, the same calm courage that now begins to fill you. As your muscles soften, your mind floats, your breathing becomes rhythmic and slow. The princess turns a corner and enters a grove where ancient trees stand sentinel, their leaves whispering in a language older than time, soft, hushed sounds that seem to lull the mind into serenity, into the comforting knowledge that all is safe, all is still, all is gentle. And there, in the center of the grove, is a single marble fountain, water flowing softly, trickling over smooth stones, glimmering in the candlelight. And you can hear it, the soft, gentle water, the whispering leaves, the faint, distant crackle of fire, and your own breath, slow, calm, steady. Take a moment now to imagine yourself there, walking beside the princess, feeling the gentle evening air, the soft rustle of leaves, the warmth of candlelight flickering across your skin, the soft murmur of water at your feet, and feel your body sink even deeper into relaxation. If these quiet tales are helping you drift off, a gentle like or a silent subscribe would mean the world. It helps this sleepy corner of the internet reach others who need a little calm too. I always wonder, where in the world are you listening from right now? If you're still awake, leave a whisper of a comment, maybe your city and the time on your clock. It's a beautiful thing, this quiet little global gathering, all connected through stories and stillness. Now, let's set the mood. Dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and get comfortable. Ilawan lingers for a moment at the fountain, her fingers skimming the cool, glimmering water, feeling the soft ripple against her skin, a gentle reminder of the quiet flow of time, and the ease of being present, just here, just now, with nothing to rush, nothing to demand, only the soft rhythm of night, of gentle water, of whispered leaves. The grove is alive with gentle sounds, the rustling of leaves as a light breeze passes through, the faint hum of distant insects, a bird settling into its nest, each sound blending like a soft, natural lullaby. And as you listen, your own mind begins to merge with these gentle night melodies, your body growing heavier, your muscles softer, your thoughts floating away like the drifting petals on the fountain's water. Elawan rises slowly, letting her gaze follow the flickering shadows cast by candlelight through the trees, each shadow dancing softly along the ground, blending with the quiet shapes of flowers and shrubs, a tapestry of movement so subtle that it lulls the eyes and mind alike, until all that remains is calm serenity, the gentle pulse of life at rest. She continues along a winding path, lined with roses in full bloom, their petals soft and delicate colors muted in the silver glow of twilight, soft pinks, creamy whites, gentle lavenders, and each time she passes, the air carries their fragrance to her, warm, sweet, and tender, a perfume of peace, inviting the listener to breathe in deeply, slowly, letting that scent fill the chest and settle in the mind as she walks. Elawan's thoughts drift to the choices she has made, the quiet strength it takes to walk a path not dictated by others, to embrace solitude and freedom, to allow her own wisdom and heart to guide her steps. And with each thought, there is no tension, no anxiety, only a soft, empowering calm, a gentle assurance that quiet courage is just as powerful as loud triumph. The soft crunch of gravel under her slippers is barely audible, yet it blends perfectly with the other whispers of the night, the soft sigh of trees, the gentle ripple of the fountain, and in this harmony you can feel your own heartbeat slow, in rhythm with hers, steady, calm. Drifting ever deeper, she passes an alcove draped with ivy, its leaves brushing lightly against the stone pillars. And there, a single candle burns, its flame flickering softly in the evening breeze, casting a delicate glow on the carved stone bench beneath it. Elawan pauses, sits, and closes her eyes, feeling the gentle night air caress her skin, the faint hum of the garden around her, the subtle warmth of the candlelight. And as she sits, she thinks of the world beyond the garden, the palace walls, the courtiers, the distant city streets. Yet here, in this quiet sanctuary, none of it matters. None of it can touch her. She is free, at peace, and in this moment. So are you, wrapped in the same soft, gentle stillness, your mind quiet, your body relaxed, your breath slow and steady. A faint breeze stirs, carrying with it the delicate sound of wind chimes hanging from a distant balcony. Soft, melodic, rhythmic, a lullaby composed by the night itself. And with each chime, feel your thoughts drift further, letting go of the day, releasing any tension or worry, and allowing the calm of the garden, the calm of the princess, to fill you completely. Elawan rises again, her gown brushing softly against the path as she moves forward, the scent of night-blooming flowers surrounding her, jasmine, honeysuckle, and the soft, green smell of leaves kissed by dew. Each step slower than the last, each breath deeper and calmer, until the rhythm of her movement matches the rhythm of your own heart, soft, steady, and entirely relaxed. The path winds gently upward, leading to a small terrace overlooking the palace gardens, a serene view of fountains, flower beds, and the glow of candles scattered like stars on the ground below and above. The night sky spreads wide, deep indigo, scattered with twinkling stars that seem almost close enough to touch. Alawan leans on the railing, letting her hands rest lightly, feeling the cool marble beneath her fingers, the soft breeze ruffling her hair. And she closes her eyes for a moment, listening to the soft hum of the night, the gentle rustle of leaves, the distant, warm crackle of hearth fires inside the palace. Each sound merging into a serene, hypnotic melody, a song for the soul, for rest, for deep, gentle sleep. And as you imagine her there standing quietly breathing in the night air, let your own body mirror her calm, your shoulders soft, your hands loose, your legs heavy and at ease. Feel your chest rise and fall in gentle, effortless rhythm, in harmony with the stillness of the garden, the night, and the princess. She takes one more step along the terrace, pauses, and looks down at the glowing candles, scattered among the flower beds, their warm light reflecting softly in the water of a small fountain, flickering in rhythm with your own slow, steady breathing. And with every flicker, you feel more and more at ease, more and more at rest. Alawan smiles softly, a smile that carries quiet strength and gentle assurance, a reminder that power and calm can coexist, that freedom and peace can be found in soft choices, in quiet decisions. And as she turns to continue her stroll through the garden, the night seems to embrace her, wrapping her in a gentle cloak of tranquility. And you, too, wrapped in the same gentle night, drifting, floating, sinking deeper into calm. The garden narrows into a shaded walkway, where ancient trees stand like silent guardians, their leaves whispering above, soft, rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat of the forest, guiding her steps, guiding your mind, slower, quieter, deeper. She pauses beneath an arch of intertwined branches, their leaves rustling softly above, moonlight filtering through, creating delicate patterns on the ground, patterns that sway gently in harmony with the whispering wind. And you can imagine yourself there, standing beside her, feeling the cool air, hearing the soft rustle, and letting it lull your mind into total serenity. The princess continues slowly, pausing now and then to admire a blossom, to touch a petal, to let the soft scent of the night drift into her senses. And with each gentle motion, feel your own body relax, your mind soften, each breath deeper, slower, each exhale releasing tension, letting you sink further, further into calm, restful sleep. Alawan wanders further into the heart of the garden, the path narrowing under the canopy of ancient trees, their branches intertwined above, forming a gentle, protective tunnel, and the soft moonlight filters through, dappled and silver, creating quiet patterns that dance slowly on the ground. Each step she takes is deliberate, soft, calm, almost like a slow, peaceful heartbeat. And you can feel your own heartbeat sinking, slow, steady, gentle, deepening your relaxation. The air here is cool, tinged with the sweet fragrance of night-blooming flowers, the scent curling softly around her shoulders, brushing her cheeks, and in your imagination, you can breathe it in, letting it drift softly into your lungs. Soft petals brushing against your fingertips, the gentle caress of the night against your skin, and with each breath, your body feels heavier, your mind feels lighter, drifting, floating, at ease. Alawan stops by a small, hidden pond, tucked beneath willow trees whose long, delicate branches trail down, touching the water with soft whispers. She sits on the grassy bank, the dew cool beneath her fingers, and listens to the gentle ripple of water as a fish or a frog moves beneath the surface, a tiny soft movement, barely noticeable, yet calming like a quiet secret of the night, a lullaby meant only for those who listen closely. She dips her fingertips into the water, feeling the smooth, gentle resistance, the soft shiver of coolness against her skin, and she watches as ripples expand outward, slowly, gently, fading softly into stillness. You can imagine those ripples now, spreading through your own body, through your thoughts, easing tension, smoothing worries, letting the mind float like water, calm, peaceful, still. The willow branches sway gently above, brushing softly against her shoulders and hair. Each movement a whisper, a sigh, a soothing rhythm, like a soft melody carried by the wind, the night, the quiet pulse of the world resting. And as you listen, you feel the rhythm enter your own body, a calm, hypnotic sway, easing every muscle, softening every thought. Ilawan closes her eyes for a moment, breathing in the soft night air, feeling the coolness, the gentle brush of leaves, the quiet sound of water, letting all the noise of the world fade, letting herself be fully present, fully at peace, and you too, let your awareness follow. Breathe in the calm, exhale any lingering tension, feel yourself dissolve into the gentle rhythm of the garden. A soft rustle catches her attention, a tiny fox, its fur gleaming softly in the moonlight, steps lightly along the garden path, curious yet shy, pausing to glance at her before disappearing silently into the shadows. And you can imagine this little creature, so delicate, so calm, moving with quiet grace, reminding you of the ease of simply being, of moving gently through the night and letting your mind drift with the fox. Softly, slowly, peacefully, Ilawan rises again, her gown brushing against the cool grass, and follows a narrow path that winds upward, toward a gentle rise where a stone gazebo waits, its arches draped with climbing roses, petals soft and heavy with dew, the scent of them filling the air like a gentle perfume, calming, soothing, a quiet lullaby for the senses. She steps inside the gazebo, the stone cool beneath her fingers, the roof overhead allowing slivers of moonlight to filter through, creating a gentle, silver glow, a protective cocoon of calm. And she sits once more, leaning lightly against the stone column, feeling supported, safe, embraced by the night itself. Above, the stars twinkle softly, scattered across the deep, dark sky, distant yet intimate, each one a tiny point of light, gentle, constant. And as you picture them, you feel a soft sense of wonder, a calm awe, a sense that the world is vast, yet safe, that peace exists even in the quietest corners, that the night is a friend, not a stranger. Aloan watches the flickering candlelight from the garden below, reflections shimmering in her eyes, soft shadows stretching across the stone floor, and she allows herself a slow, deep breath, inhaling calm, exhaling softly, letting her body melt further into serenity, letting her mind float freely. She thinks quietly of the choices she has made, of the strength found in gentle wisdom, of the quiet authority in standing firm in one's own truth. And the night seems to echo softly back to her, a whisper in the leaves, a ripple in the water, a warm glow in the flickering candlelight, a lullaby of reassurance. And as you listen, you feel the same reassurance, the same calm, the same gentle strength filling you. A breeze moves through the gazebo, carrying a soft chime of distant bells. Perhaps from a small chapel nearby, their sound delicate, slow, each note a soft drop of serenity into your mind, into your chest, into your heartbeat, and with every note, you feel heavier, calmer, more ready to drift into gentle, soothing sleep. Ilawan rises slowly once more, moving toward the edge of the gazebo, looking down at the garden bathed in candlelight, the paths glowing softly, the fountains rippling quietly, the flowers swaying gently, and you imagine yourself beside her, feeling the night's embrace, the soft, cool breeze, the gentle warmth of distant candles, the scent of jasmine and rose filling your senses, a gentle, encompassing calm. She steps down carefully barefoot now, feeling the soft, cool grass beneath her feet each step, deliberate, soft, rhythmic, and you too can feel the slow rhythm of her movement syncing with your breath, syncing with the natural pulse of night, slow, steady, calming, hypnotic. Passing under an archway of climbing roses, she notices the petals shimmering with dew-soft drops, reflecting candlelight each, one like a tiny lantern in the quiet night, and you can picture the same tiny points of soft light glowing gently surrounding you, keeping you safe, lulling you ever deeper into rest. Ilawan pauses at a small bench under a cherry tree, its blossoms softly brushing against her shoulder's petals, falling slowly, one by one, like whispered secrets of the night, and she sits, closes, her eyes feeling the gentle pulse of life in the garden, the slow, calming rhythm of the night, the peaceful flow of her own breath. And as she breathes, so do you, in and out, letting the gentle calm of the garden, of her quiet strength, of the soft, rhythmic night, fill every part of you, sinking deeper, softer, heavier, drifting, floating. Ilawan sits quietly beneath the cherry tree, the soft petals drifting gently around her, brushing her shoulders and hair. Each tiny touch, a whisper of calm, a tender lullaby from the night. And you can imagine yourself sitting with her, feeling the same gentle caress of petals, the soft rustle of leaves above the slow, rhythmic pulse of the night wrapping around you. She leans back slightly, resting against the trunk, its rough bark grounding her, its age and wisdom offering a subtle reassurance. And as you picture the texture beneath her fingers, you can feel your own body sink deeper, heavier, more at ease. The calm spreading slowly from your toes to your fingertips, from your chest to your head, smooth, serene, quiet. Above her, the moon is a soft, pale lantern in the sky, spilling gentle light across the garden, illuminating the paths, the fountains, the swaying flowers, each beam warm, soothing, as if the night itself is whispering, "Rest, you are safe, you are calm," and you feel that whisper in your own body, soft, gentle, lulling. A small frog hops quietly near the edge of the pond, its movements delicate, almost ceremonial, and she watches it, smiling softly at the quiet rhythm of its tiny life, each hop measured, calm, peaceful, and as you watch to your mind mirrors that stillness thoughts, slowing muscles, softening eyelids, growing heavy every exhale deeper, every inhale a gentle, steady tide of calm. Ilawan closes her eyes and allows herself to simply be, letting the night's sounds surround her, the rustling leaves above, the soft splash of water from the fountain, the distant flicker of candlelight, and each sound feels like a warm blanket, wrapping her in serenity. And as you listen, you can feel yourself wrapped too, soft, warm, weightless, drifting, floating. The breeze stirs again, carrying the soft fragrance of lavender and jasmine, filling the garden with its delicate perfume, brushing softly against her skin, and you can imagine that scent wrapping around you. Gentle, soothing, a calm wave washing over your mind and body, releasing any lingering tension, any small worry, letting you sink deeper, softer, heavier. She opens her eyes slowly, the moonlight reflecting in the pond's gentle ripples. Each movement hypnotic, a quiet dance of light and shadow. And as you watch the water shimmer, your own thoughts begin to float. Slow, calm, drifting, as if carried on the tiny waves, each ripple carrying you closer to the soft embrace of sleep. Ilawan rises carefully, brushing dew from her gown, and walks slowly toward a small arched bridge, its wood worn smooth by time, soft under her bare feet, each step measured, quiet, deliberate, and you imagine the same rhythm in your own body, a soft, rocking cadence, calming, hypnotic, guiding you further into rest. She pauses in the center of the bridge, looking down at the reflection of the moon in the pond below. The light dancing gently on the water's surface, soft, shimmering patterns, each one a gentle lullaby for the eyes, the mind, the heart, and you feel that lullaby surround you, quiet, gentle, soothing, filling every part of you with calm. A soft rustle catches her attention, a pair of owls perched silently on a nearby branch, watching, blinking slowly, their feathers catching the moonlight. And she smiles softly at the stillness of their presence, their quiet observation, a reminder that even in silence there is life, there is calm, there is gentle companionship, and you feel the same, a calm presence within you, watching, breathing, resting. Ilawan steps off the bridge, her gown brushing softly against the flowers, and she notices tiny fireflies beginning to glow, flickering softly among the blooms. Each one a tiny star descended to the garden, dancing gently, moving with a slow, peaceful rhythm. And as you watch them too, you feel their soft light wrap around you, warm, gentle, serene, a soft blanket of calm for your mind and body. She follows the fireflies through a winding path lined with lavender, each step soft, each breath slow, inhaling the sweet scent, exhaling tension, and with each movement, each breath, you feel yourself sinking deeper, softer, heavier, wrapped in the gentle rhythm of night, the soft pulse of the garden, the quiet flow of Ilawan's own journey. Reaching a quiet glade, she pauses, the grass soft beneath her bare feet, the moonlight spilling through the trees like a gentle tide of silver, and she sits, folding her hands in her lap, closing her eyes, listening to the soft symphony of the garden, the gentle wind, the rustling leaves, the distant drip of water from the fountain. And you listen to, letting the symphony fill your mind, each note a gentle massage for your thoughts, each whisper of wind a soft lullaby. Your body heavy, your muscles relaxed, your mind quiet, your heart steady, and with every breath, deeper, slower, calmer, ready for rest, for sleep, for dreamlike drift into gentle night. She tilts her head back, letting the moonlight wash over her face, feeling warmth even in the cool night air, letting herself be completely present, completely calm. And you feel that warmth too, soft, gentle, pervasive, filling your chest, your shoulders, your head, melting away the last bits of tension, leaving only peace, serenity, and calm. Ilawan's journey through the garden has been slow, deliberate, unhurried, each step soft, each motion calm, each breath deep, and as you follow her, you are mirrored in that rhythm, every movement, every sound, every sensation, reinforcing your own calm, your own softness, your own drift into serene rest. Ilawan steps lightly along the winding path, her bare feet brushing the dew-laden grass, each step measured and slow, like a soft heartbeat echoing through the calm night. Above her, the moon hangs like a gentle lantern in the sky, spilling its silver light over the garden. illuminating every leaf, petal, and ripple in the pond with a soft, serene glow. The air carries the faint, delicate perfume of night-blooming jasmine and roses, curling around her shoulders and mingling with the cool breeze. She inhales deeply, feeling the gentle scent fill her lungs, and exhales softly, releasing every trace of tension or worry. The world around her is hushed, as if the night itself has drawn a quiet curtain, wrapping everything in a warm, protective calm. She pauses beside a small fountain, its water spilling in quiet, measured drops, each one sending tiny ripples across the smooth surface of the pond. The sound is delicate, almost musical, like a slow, whispered lullaby that seems to carry away the weight of the day. Eloan leans slightly over the edge, watching the reflection of the stars twinkle softly on the moving water, the lights shimmering and dancing, each one like a gentle pulse of serenity. The rhythm of the ripples matches her breathing, slow and steady, and she feels a warmth spread through her chest, a deep, calm reassurance that all is as it should be, that she is safe, that she is at peace. You can imagine yourself there beside her, feeling the same soft, hypnotic rhythm of water and breath, letting it carry you toward a quiet, restful state. The soft rustling of leaves draws her attention upward, and she notices a pair of owls perched silently on a high branch, their large eyes blinking slowly in the gentle light of the moon. They observe her without movement, steady and calm, as if they are guardians of the night, quietly keeping watch over the garden. She smiles faintly, taking comfort in their stillness, in the quiet companionship they offer without a single sound. You can feel that same sense of gentle watchfulness surrounding you, now a quiet presence that reassures and relaxes, reminding you that in the calm of night you are not alone, and you are safe to drift deeper into rest. Eloan continues along the path, moving slowly beneath arches of climbing roses, their petals heavy with dew, glistening faintly in the moonlight. Some petals fall softly onto her gown, brushing against her skin with delicate tenderness, each one a gentle caress from the night itself. The movement of the petals, the soft scent lingering in the air, and the subtle sound of her gown brushing the grass create a soothing, almost hypnotic cadence, and you can feel the same gentle rhythm echoing through your own body. With every step, your muscles loosen, your heartbeat slows, your thoughts settle, and the soft hush of the night seems to sink into your mind like a warm, comforting blanket. Eventually, she reaches a small stone bench tucked beneath a willow tree whose long branches trail gently over the pond. The tree sways softly with the breeze, its limbs brushing against the water's surface, creating quiet ripples that glimmer in the pale light. Eloan sits, folding her hands in her lap, and leans her head back to watch the moonlight dance through the branches. She listens to the soft, rhythmic pulse of the night, the trickling water, the rustling leaves, the distant flicker of candlelight, and allows herself to simply exist in this calm. You can feel yourself settling into this same stillness, each breath slower than the last, each moment stretching softly into tranquility, as if the night itself is singing a lullaby just for you. A gentle breeze stirs, carrying with it the faintest sound of distant bells, perhaps from a small chapel hidden somewhere beyond the garden walls. Their sound is delicate and slow, each note dissolving softly into the night air, echoing faintly across the grass and water. Eloan closes her eyes, letting the melodic chime wash over her, each soft vibration resonating through her body like tiny waves of calm. You can imagine the same sound surrounding you. Each bell a soft whisper that melts the last threads of tension, encouraging your mind and body to drift ever more gently toward rest. Eloan opens her eyes once more and notices tiny fireflies beginning their slow dance through the night, flickering softly among the flowers like living stars. Their warm, golden glow moves in a gentle, hypnotic rhythm, rising and falling, weaving through the garden in delicate patterns. She follows their slow flight with her eyes, each flicker a soft pulse of serenity. And as you imagine the fireflies around you, their tiny lights seem to wrap you in a gentle cocoon of calm. The world has slowed, softened, and all that remains is the quiet, gentle rhythm of night, the warm presence of light, and the deep, soothing breath of the garden itself. Finally, she rises and moves toward the edge of the garden, where the soft glow of candlelight marks the winding path back to the castle. Her steps are careful, slow, deliberate, each one soft as a whisper on the grass. The night air wraps around her like a soft shawl, warm yet cool, carrying with it the lingering scent of flowers and the quiet reassurance of the darkened world. Every step feels like a gentle, rhythmic massage for her mind and body, guiding her deeper into calm, deeper into the serene embrace of the night. You feel yourself moving with her, each motion mirrored in your own body, each breath syncing with hers, your thoughts slowing, your muscles softening, your heart resting. She pauses once more by the small stone bridge, looking down at the water and the reflection of the moon, watching it ripple softly in response to the night breeze. She takes a slow, deep breath, feeling the stillness of the moment seep into every part of her, and closes her eyes, letting herself float in the gentle embrace of serenity. The garden is silent now, save for the soft whispers of wind, water, and leaves, and she allows herself to melt completely into the night, into calm, into peace. And as you imagine yourself beside her, your body grows heavier, your mind slower, your thoughts quieter, and a gentle warmth spreads through you, carrying you ever closer to the soft, dreamlike edge of sleep. Eloan steps softly onto the stone path that winds back toward the castle, her gown whispering quietly against the cool stones, each sound soft and reassuring, like the night itself speaking in gentle tones. She pauses for a moment, listening to the subtle harmony of the garden, the rustling leaves, the faint trickle of water, the distant call of a nightingale. Each sound is slow and measured, a tender rhythm that seems to settle over her like a blanket. And as you imagine these sounds wrapping around you, each note slows your mind, each whisper eases your shoulders, and you feel a calm warmth growing steadily through your body. The moon has risen higher now, bathing the garden in its silver glow. Its light filters through the branches, falling in gentle patches on the ground, illuminating the soft curves of the path. Eloan lifts her hand, letting the moonlight wash over her fingertips, tracing the warmth of its glow on her skin. She breathes in slowly, imagining the light filling her from the top of her head down to her toes. A soft, serene energy that smooths every thought, every tiny tension. You, too, can feel this gentle light seep into you, a calm current moving quietly and steadily through every part of your body, leaving only softness and peace. She reaches a small archway draped in ivy, each leaf trembling softly in the night breeze. The air here carries the mingling scents of roses and mint, faint yet rich, weaving around her like a delicate song of calm. Eloan pauses beneath the arch, closing her eyes, letting the combination of scents and soft night air fill her senses. Each inhale draws in peace. Each exhale releases the weight of the day. You feel the same deep, rhythmic flow within yourself, slow and gentle, like waves rolling quietly onto a soft shore, carrying every worry away, leaving only serenity in its wake. As she walks again, her steps are light, careful, like the slow rhythm of a lullaby. The soft glow of candlelight flickers in the distance, marking the entrance to the castle, its warmth a gentle invitation. She imagines the hearth waiting, the crackle of firewood soft and comforting, a slow, steady heartbeat of warmth and safety. And you can picture it, too. A fire casting dancing shadows, a faint amber glow warming the room, the subtle sound of logs shifting and settling, each tiny pop a gentle punctuation in the quiet night. The scene wraps around you, a comforting cocoon, urging your body to sink deeper, your mind to soften, your thoughts to drift gently into the hush of evening. Elawan pauses for a moment to gaze at the stars above, their pale, steady light scattered across the sky like diamonds on dark velvet. She imagines herself reaching for each one, holding it softly in her hand, feeling the calm weight and gentle energy of the cosmos. Each star seems to whisper secrets of patience, quiet strength, and timeless calm, filling her with the soft power of being completely herself, fully present in the night. And as you imagine the same starlight wrapping around you, you can feel its quiet, expansive warmth spreading through your mind and body, smoothing every thought, slowing every breath, encouraging your eyelids to grow heavier and heavier. She finally steps into the castle's courtyard, where the faint flicker of torchlight illuminates the worn stones, casting soft, slow shadows across the walls. The night is still, the air cool, and the castle seems to breathe quietly with her, each stone holding centuries of calm and quiet wisdom. She moves slowly through the courtyard, each step deliberate and unhurried, feeling the weight of history beneath her feet, the deep, steady heartbeat of the castle itself syncing with her own. She pauses at the doorway to her private chamber, noticing the flickering glow of candles set along the walls. The flames cast dancing shapes across the floor, tiny shadows that sway in a slow, hypnotic rhythm. She takes a deep breath, letting the warm light, the soft flickering, and the stillness of the room wash over her completely. Each flicker is a gentle invitation, each shadow a lullaby, drawing her closer to rest, to quiet, to the gentle edge of sleep. You can picture yourself in the same soft light, your body growing heavier, your eyelids more relaxed, your mind floating in a warm, secure cocoon of serenity. Once inside, she closes the door softly, the faint click echoing like a gentle punctuation in the night. She walks toward her bed, each step slow and mindful, feeling the soft rug beneath her feet, the warmth of the air, the quiet of the castle enveloping her. She lays down gently, the sheets cool and soft, cradling her in comfort. Her hands rest lightly on the covers, and she takes a long, deliberate breath, letting her body sink fully into the mattress, into the soft embrace of the night. And as you imagine her lying there, you can feel your own body melting into comfort. Each breath slow, each thought quiet, each muscle loose and relaxed. Elawan closes her eyes, letting the calm of the garden, the castle, the moonlight, and the fire seep into her completely. The soft rhythm of her breath, the gentle pulse of her heartbeat, and the slow sway of night's energy combine to lull her into the deepest calm. You can imagine yourself lying beside her in this quiet serenity, drifting along the same gentle currents of warmth and stillness, floating slowly into the soft, velvety edge of sleep, where dreams begin to whisper gently in your mind. Elawan lies quietly in her soft bed, the candlelight flickering low, casting slow, dancing shadows across the walls. Each shadow stretches and bends like a slow, soothing wave, curling gently across the room, inviting her and you to relax deeper with every passing moment. She breathes softly, her chest rising and falling with a calm, steady rhythm, and you can feel your own breath begin to match her pace. Slow, gentle, effortless. Every inhale carries peace. Every exhale releases tension. The world outside feels far away, distant and quiet, while here, in this serene moment, everything is safe, everything is still, everything is calm. Her mind drifts naturally to memories of the night garden, the gentle swaying of the willow branches, the soft rippling of the pond, the warm glow of fireflies flickering like tiny stars among the flowers. Each memory is soft and comforting, like a familiar melody, wrapping her mind in serenity. You can see the moonlight reflected on the water in your imagination. See the petals drifting lazily in the evening air. Hear the faint rustle of leaves and the delicate splash of water. Each image, each sound, each sensation is a gentle whisper, inviting your body to sink further into comfort, your mind to float lightly on the edges of dream. Elawan imagines the castle breathing around her, the stones holding centuries of calm, the torchlight dim and steady, the air soft and warm. She allows herself to feel the deep, slow heartbeat of this ancient place, sinking with her own, slow and steady, like a lullaby for the body. You can feel the same pulse around you, a gentle rhythm, guiding every part of you to relax completely, to melt softly into the embrace of stillness. Every muscle softens, every thought drifts, every heartbeat becomes a whisper in the quiet symphony of night. Outside, the wind stirs lightly, brushing through the castle gardens, carrying with it the soft scent of jasmine and lavender, the faint murmur of the night. Elawan imagines leaning into that breeze, letting it brush her face and arms, letting the gentle caress soothe every bit of tension. You can imagine that same breeze brushing over you, soft and tender, carrying away any worry or weight, leaving only a lightness, a gentle floating sensation, a calm, deep peace. Each breath is slower now, deeper, and the room, the garden, the moonlight, and the firelight all seem to bend toward you, creating a safe, soft cocoon where sleep comes gently and naturally. She envisions the stars outside her window, blinking faintly and steadily, each one a tiny beacon of quiet light, each one a soft pulse of calm energy. Their gentle twinkling seems to whisper, "You are safe, you are calm, you are ready to rest." Elawan feels her eyelids growing heavy, her body melting into the sheets, her mind drifting softly on a quiet tide. You, too, can imagine those stars twinkling for you, their soft glow washing over your head, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, settling every part of you into the soft rhythm of deep relaxation. A small owl perches quietly on the windowsill, blinking slowly in the moonlight. It watches her with gentle eyes, completely calm and still, a silent companion of the night. Its presence is soft and reassuring, a reminder that quiet companionship can exist even in stillness. That calm can be found in observation and patience. You can feel the same gentle reassurance now, wrapping around you like a warm shawl, a quiet comfort guiding you further into restful surrender. Eloan lets her mind wander to the fireflies once more, seeing their soft golden glow drifting slowly in the garden outside. They move in unhurried, lazy patterns, rising and falling, weaving through the air like tiny dancers in a slow, mesmerizing waltz. Their light is soft, warm, hypnotic, and you can imagine yourself floating gently among them, light as air, calm as night, carried on the soft rhythm of their movement. Every flicker of light relaxes you further. Every slow sway of motion settles your mind. Every imagined breath of air from the garden wraps around you like a blanket. The soft crackle of the fireplace in her chamber becomes a lullaby. Each tiny pop and whisper of flame a soothing punctuation in the stillness of the room. Eloan breathes in the warm scent of burning wood, letting it fill her lungs with comfort and serenity. You can imagine that warmth washing over you to a gentle tide of calm, moving from your toes to your head, filling every hollow, softening every muscle, quieting every thought. Your body is heavy now, soft and pliable, your mind drifting on gentle waves toward the calmest, quietest edge of sleep. She imagines the castle's ancient stones wrapping around her like the softest quilt, holding centuries of peace and calm, a slow heartbeat echoing through the walls. The sound is rhythmic and steady, like a soft drum, a metronome for deep relaxation. You can feel that rhythm in your own body, steady, constant, unhurried, guiding you deeper into the gentle, quiet rhythm of night. Your breath is slow, your eyelids heavy, your mind light, floating, drifting. Eloan smiles softly in her sleep, letting the calm wash through her completely, knowing she is safe, knowing she is peaceful, knowing that tonight the quiet of the castle, the garden, the moonlight, and the stars will hold her in perfect stillness. And now, as you imagine yourself beside her, wrapped in the same gentle cocoon of comfort, you can allow your body to sink fully into rest, your mind to float effortlessly into dream, your soul to drift softly on the quiet currents of night. As Eloan drifts further into rest, the soft moonlight spills across her chamber, painting slow-moving patterns on the walls that seem to breathe with her, rising and falling in a quiet, rhythmic dance. Each shadow sways like a gentle lullaby, coaxing her eyelids to fall a little heavier, her muscles to melt a little more completely. The castle is hushed around her, every stone, every timber, every whisper of night air holding her in perfect stillness. And you can feel that same quiet settling around yourself, a gentle cloak of calm that makes it easier and easier to sink deeper into serenity. Outside, the night garden sleeps in the soft silver glow, the pond reflecting the stars in tiny flickers of light that ripple slowly across its surface. Eloan imagines the gentle movement of the water, the way each ripple carries a whisper of calm, spreading across the pond like a delicate, invisible wave of peace. You can picture the same motion in your mind, gentle waves carrying you farther into rest, rocking you softly, each tiny ripple a reminder of ease, of quiet, of gentle surrender to the night. Every breath you take drifts with the same rhythm, slow and steady, like the tide moving silently over a calm shore. A soft, invisible wind drifts through the castle windows, brushing Eloan's hair against her cheeks, carrying the faint scent of lavender and rosemary from the garden. The fragrance is subtle, delicate, curling around her and easing every thought into a soft, slow haze of tranquility. You can imagine that same wind brushing against your skin, its gentle pressure a massage for your senses, its scent a whisper that reminds you to relax, to let go, to sink further into the warm cocoon of night. With every breath, you inhale peace, and with every exhale, tension drifts away, leaving only soft, empty quiet. Eloan's mind begins to wander along the path she took earlier, through the arches of roses, past the willow tree, beside the quiet fountain, each step slower, each sound softer, each detail more delicate than before. The petals seem to float in slow motion. The water ripples barely stir, and the leaves tremble gently without sound. She feels herself almost floating above the garden, weightless, each sensation magnified in its calmness, each sense fully attuned to the gentle rhythm of night. And as you imagine this with her, you, too, feel the weightlessness of your body, the quiet sharpening of your senses to softness, the deepening of your mind into restful awareness. The fireflies begin to swirl again in her imagination, their golden lights drifting like slow, floating lanterns. Eloan watches them, mesmerized, and notices how each light flickers softly, not hurried, not bright, just steady enough to hypnotize and soothe. Their movement becomes a gentle, invisible melody, a rhythm that pulls her further into stillness. You can imagine being surrounded by the same floating lights, feeling their warmth, their gentle pulse in the quiet air, and letting your body and mind sink deeper into the soft, undulating wave of calm. From somewhere far away, a nightingale sings a single, slow, melodic note, each tone echoing softly through the garden and into the castle. Eloan listens, letting the sound fill her completely, wrapping her in a blanket of melody that is both delicate and constant. You can imagine that note lingering around you, vibrating gently in your chest, in your ears, in your mind, creating a rhythmic lullaby that harmonizes perfectly with your own breathing. Each note slows your thoughts, each tone deepens your relaxation, each soft repetition pulling you closer and closer to the edge of sleep. She imagines stepping barefoot along the garden path once more, feeling the dew cool beneath her toes, the soft grass bending with her weight. Each step is slow, deliberate, a soft rhythm of movement that matches the gentle pulse of her own heartbeat. She breathes in the night air deeply, letting it fill every part of her, and exhales softly, releasing any tension she might not even have known was there. And as you imagine moving with her, each step in perfect rhythm with your own calm breathing, each muscle softening with the cadence of her motion, your body feels lighter, more peaceful, and your mind quieter than it has been all day. Eloan stops beneath the willow once more, listening to the slow, deliberate rustle of its long branches brushing against the water. The sound is a soft, steady whisper, a language of night that speaks only in calm, measured tones. She closes her eyes and allows the sound to fill her mind, a slow, hypnotic chant that soothes, eases, and quiets. You can imagine yourself there with her, hearing the same soft rustle, letting it speak to your body and mind, letting it erase the last remnants of worry or distraction. Every leaf brushing the water is a whisper of calm, every ripple in the pond a gentle guide deeper into rest. Her gaze lifts once again to the stars, blinking slowly above, constant, unwavering, and timeless. Eloan lets herself imagine that she could reach out and touch them, each one a tiny, warm light in her hand, radiating a soft serenity that seeps into her skin, her chest, her heart. And you can picture yourself holding that same light, letting its gentle warmth fill you, the glow seeping into every muscle, every thought, every corner of your mind, until the edges of awareness soften and all that remains is the gentle, endless calm of night. Eloane feels herself becoming lighter, as if the bed beneath her has transformed into a cloud, soft and warm, cradling her completely. The castle walls around her blur, fading gently into the silver glow of moonlight and the soft flicker of stars, until she is floating in a quiet, endless sky. You can imagine yourself beside her, weightless, supported, drifting slowly through a calm, gentle expanse, where nothing sharp or hurried exists, only softness, only quiet, only serenity. Each breath is effortless, each heartbeat a slow, steady drum guiding you deeper into rest. The garden she has walked earlier now appears as a dreamlike reflection, familiar yet hazy, bathed in a soft, silver-blue light. She glides past the willow, its long branches stretching like delicate fingers toward the ground, brushing the water's surface with a whispering touch. The pond reflects her image, calm and serene, and tiny ripples drift outward slowly, moving like gentle waves through the night. You can feel the same softness spreading through yourself, a floating sensation in your arms, your legs, your torso, as if each ripple is dissolving any lingering tension, washing it silently away. Fireflies swirl around her once more, their golden lights now trailing long, soft streams that linger in the air like gentle sparks. Eloane reaches out, letting the light drift across her hands and face, feeling the warmth and calm of each tiny glow. You can picture the same sensation wrapping around you, a soft, pulsing warmth that travels slowly over your shoulders, down your arms, through your chest, settling into every part of your body. Each light is a tiny heartbeat of peace, each flicker a gentle reminder that all is quiet, all is safe, all is soft. She imagines stepping along a bridge that stretches over the calmest river she has ever seen, the water below reflecting the soft shimmer of stars above. The wood beneath her bare feet is smooth, warm from the night air, each step sending a ripple of gentle vibration through her, a rhythmic pulse that matches her own heartbeat. You can imagine walking beside her, feeling the gentle sway of the bridge, the soft hum of the river below, the cool night air brushing your cheeks, letting your mind float effortlessly, untroubled by time or thought. A soft mist rises from the water, curling slowly around her ankles, moving higher with each step, enveloping her legs, her waist, her shoulders in a tender, silken embrace. It carries the faint, comforting scent of evening flowers, calm and delicate, wrapping around her like a whispering lullaby. You can imagine the same mist brushing gently against you, soft and cool, enveloping you in warmth and quiet. Each touch a reminder to release, to drift, to sink deeper into the serene tide of night. The stars above begin to shimmer more brightly, each one twinkling in a slow, rhythmic pattern, as if they are breathing with her. She gazes upward, feeling their gentle energy drift downward like beams of soft light, touching her hair, her face, her hands, her chest, filling her entirely with calm. You can see the same twinkle in your mind, each star a tiny pulse of peace, reaching every part of you, slowing your thoughts, softening your body, pulling you gently, effortlessly toward sleep. Eloane notices the reflection of the moon on the river, elongated and wavering, like a soft path of silver stretching toward infinity. She imagines walking along that path, each step gliding over the smooth surface, weightless, free, carried along by the quiet rhythm of night. You can picture yourself beside her, gliding over the same silvery path, each step lighter than the last, your body melting deeper into calm, your mind drifting further from the world of wakefulness, floating into the endless softness of dream. A gentle song begins to rise from the river itself, soft and haunting, as though the water itself hums a melody for the night. The tones are slow, wavering, almost imperceptible at first, but as Eloan listens, she feels each note wrap around her like a silk scarf, steady and calming. You can hear the same song in your imagination, each note sinking into your ears, your chest, your soul, moving through you in a slow wave, quieting every thought, relaxing every muscle, lulling you softly, completely, fully. She notices creatures of the night, small and gentle, an owl drifting silently above, soft-winged bats hovering lazily in the distance, and fireflies tracing arcs of light across the water. None of them startle, none of them intrude. All move in calm, slow harmony, coexisting with the night in soft rhythm. You can imagine them beside you, each tiny movement, each gentle flutter, a whisper that everything is peaceful, everything is still, everything is safe. Your body relaxes more with each gentle motion. Your mind floats further into dreams, your thoughts drifting like clouds across a quiet sky. Eloan finally lies down on the soft grass beside the river, the silver light of the moon warming her skin, the cool mist curling gently around her body. She closes her eyes fully, letting the night, the stars, the soft whispers of the river, the gentle sway of the willow, and the soft pulse of the fireflies carry her completely into sleep. And as you imagine lying there beside her, you feel your own body sinking into the same soft embrace, your mind dissolving into the same gentle rhythm, your breath matching the slow, comforting tempo of night. Sleep comes easily, effortlessly, softly, like a tide washing over you, quieting every thought, soothing every muscle, and cradling you in complete serenity. Eloan feels herself sinking deeper into the soft grass beside the river, her body completely supported by the night itself. The silver light of the moon warms her skin, and the gentle mist wraps her like a comforting shawl. She breathes slowly, each inhalation soft and full, each exhalation releasing every trace of tension, every lingering worry. You can imagine yourself beside her, lying on the same soft, forgiving earth, your body weightless, your mind quiet, each breath a slow tide of calm, carrying you farther from wakefulness. The stars above seem to hum softly, their tiny pulses of light synchronizing with the rhythm of your heartbeat, your breathing, the gentle ebb and flow of the river nearby. Eloan listens to the quiet symphony, letting it move through her completely, calming every muscle, quieting every thought. You can picture the same rhythm in your own body, each twinkle of light, a gentle pulse of peace, each soft echo of sound, a lullaby, guiding you deeper and deeper into relaxation. A small, soft breeze drifts past, carrying the faint scent of evening flowers and the distant warmth of the fireflies. The air wraps around her gently, brushing her face, ruffling her hair, and brushing against your own imagined skin. Every tiny movement of the breeze is a whisper, a reminder that the world outside can wait, that nothing else matters except this perfect moment of calm, this quiet surrender to night. Your body relaxes further, your thoughts dissolve, your mind drifts, carried effortlessly by the rhythm of the evening. Eloan closes her eyes fully, and lets herself imagine floating above the river, the soft silver path of moonlight beneath her, the fireflies moving in slow hypnotic patterns, and the willow branches swaying with the weightless rhythm of night. She feels no gravity, no rush, only gentle motion, calm and endless. You can imagine yourself floating beside her, weightless, unhurried, completely supported by the soft, endless night, each gentle movement carrying you farther from wakefulness and closer to the edge of deep sleep. A distant nightingale sings once more, its soft melody wrapping around the silver light, around the river, around Eloan, and around you. The note is slow, pure, and resonant, echoing like a lullaby that travels through air and water alike. You can feel it in your chest, in your ears, in your mind, softening every thought, easing every tension, smoothing every corner of consciousness. Each repetition is hypnotic, a gentle cradle that rocks your awareness, helping you sink completely into rest. Illawan imagines drifting along the river, carried by the current, her body light and her mind quiet, surrounded by soft light, gentle shadows, and the tender whispers of night. The water moves slowly beneath her, and every ripple mirrors a deep, untroubled sigh, the sigh of a body letting go, the sigh of a mind surrendering to peace. You can picture yourself moving beside her, floating on the same gentle current, letting the same soft sighs carry you deeper, your thoughts softening, your muscles relaxing, your entire being settling into perfect stillness. The fireflies form soft, spiraling patterns above her, golden trails moving in calm, hypnotic arcs. Illawan imagines reaching out, letting their light flow over her hands, arms, and shoulders, filling her with warmth and serenity. You can imagine that same light brushing over you, gentle and slow, pulsing softly, moving rhythmically with your breath, filling every part of you with calm, carrying you farther into a dreamlike state where nothing exists except rest, comfort, and gentle, endless peace. The willow branches sway above her, brushing the water, brushing the moonlight, brushing your imagination with the softest whisper of movement. Illawan listens to the faint rustle, slow and measured, letting it speak a quiet language only the mind at rest can understand. You can hear the same whisper, letting it settle in your chest, your arms, your legs, each note softening every muscle, each rustle clearing every thought, each movement inviting your mind to drift deeper, effortlessly, fully, peacefully. She imagines the river widening into a calm, still lake, the surface smooth like glass, reflecting stars, moonlight, and the quiet swirl of fireflies above. Illawan floats gently on the mirrored water, her body carried by invisible currents, her mind dissolving into the endless calm around her. You can picture yourself beside her, weightless and free, supported by the same glassy water, your mind quiet, your breath steady, your thoughts floating away like tiny petals on the mirrored surface. Each moment is longer, slower, softer, until everything outside your body, outside your mind, is gone, leaving only stillness, only calm, only sleep. Finally, the moon dips low, casting a final silver glow over Illawan, and she lets herself sink fully into rest. The fireflies dim, the river hums quietly, the willow sways gently, and the stars above twinkle in a slow, endless lullaby. You, too, can feel this quiet surrounding you, carrying you completely into sleep, soft, steady, calm, and endless. Your body is heavy, yet weightless, your mind soft and quiet, your soul floating on the gentle currents of night, drifting deeper and deeper into dream, into perfect, serene, restorative sleep. And now all is still. All is calm. Everything is soft. Sleep carries you completely, fully, effortlessly into its gentle embrace. Eloan drifts through a world that now feels entirely hers. The garden, the river, and the soft willow blending seamlessly into a gentle dreamscape. She imagines the soft walls of the castle melting into distant hills, their towers dissolving into silvery mist, leaving only quiet, undisturbed expanses of soft grass and tranquil water. You can picture the same for yourself. Any tension, any hurried thought dissolving like morning fog, leaving only stillness and the soft rhythm of breath, slow, steady, serene. Each inhale draws in calm. Each exhale releases everything else, and you feel yourself sinking deeper into this safe, silent world. A gentle brook begins to flow alongside her in this dream, tiny ripples skipping across smooth stones, each one creating a soft, musical chime that echoes quietly into the night. Alawan listens to the sound, noticing how it blends perfectly with the faint rustle of leaves above and the faraway hum of the stars themselves. You can imagine it too, the water's gentle murmur as it flows over stones, wrapping you in a steady, hypnotic rhythm, soft enough to almost disappear, yet persistent enough to guide your mind toward complete relaxation. Fireflies continue to dance around her, but now they seem to form patterns, swirling in slow, deliberate shapes that move with the ease of a lullaby. Eloan reaches out to watch the arcs of golden light drift through her fingers, each one leaving a tiny warmth behind, a small, soft pulse that travels down her arms and into her chest. You can picture that same light brushing across your own skin, pulsing gently in time with your heartbeat, a soft, hypnotic sensation that draws your attention inward, quieting every other thought. The soft, distant sounds of a medieval lute begin to drift across the landscape, plucked slowly with long pauses between each note. Eloan imagines sitting by a small, flickering hearth in the castle, the lute's melody carrying warmth through her shoulders, her arms, her legs, easing every last knot of tension. You can imagine the same, the gentle music traveling invisibly into every part of your body, each note slowing your thoughts, softening your muscles, pulling your mind deeper into calm, allowing every worry to fade like smoke in the night air. The moon above shifts slowly, tracing a calm arc across the sky, casting soft silver beams that touch the edges of the pond and the tips of the willow-s branches. Eloan watches the light travel across her dreamscape, noticing how it illuminates the small details, the curve of a leaf, the smooth surface of the water, the glint of fireflies in motion. You can imagine the same light touching your skin, each beam brushing gently across your body, washing away restlessness, wrapping you in calm warmth and infinite softness. A gentle breeze lifts the leaves, sending them floating lazily through the night air. Eloan imagines reaching out to feel one drift across her hand, marveling at the delicate texture, the tiny veins that carry a quiet strength. You can picture the same sensation on your own fingers or face, the tender brush of air, the sense of weightless touch, the subtle sounds of soft motion in the night. Each whisper of wind carries a small sigh of comfort, a reminder to let go, to drift, to sink deeper into the soft arms of sleep. Alawan imagines wandering through the castle halls again, but now the halls are slower, softer, and quieter than before. Each corridor stretches endlessly, cushioned with rugs that make every footstep almost imperceptible. The torches along the walls flicker gently, creating shadows that sway in slow, peaceful rhythm, like dancers moving without sound. You can imagine walking beside her, each step a gentle meditation, each flicker of light a soft pulse in your chest, each shadow a whisper reminding you to breathe slowly, rest completely, and let the mind float away. The soft scent of blooming night flowers drifts along the hallways, mingling with the faint smoke of the hearth. Ilawan inhales deeply, letting the fragrance fill her lungs, carrying with it calm, warmth, and serenity. You can picture the same drawing in each breath, slowly, letting the soft perfume of imagined blossoms travel through your body, releasing tension with every exhale and creating a peaceful current that carries you deeper into dream. She arrives at a window overlooking the distant hills, the moonlight now reflecting off tiny streams and distant castle towers, all bathed in silver blue quiet. Ilawan leans against the sill, feeling the smooth coolness of the stone beneath her hands, the still night air brushing her face. You can picture the same sensation, cool, calm, and steady, grounding your body while your mind floats freely, weightless, adrift on the soft waves of night. Each breath a gentle rocking motion, each heartbeat a quiet anchor to serenity. Ilawan sits now by a soft fountain in the courtyard, its waters dripping slowly, rhythmically, like a natural clock counting the time of night. Each drop is precise, soft, perfect in its quiet rhythm, a tiny metronome that soothes, calms, and hypnotizes. You can imagine listening to the same rhythm, each drop syncing with your breathing, each ripple moving through your body in waves of calm, and each soft splash dissolving the last threads of wakefulness, carrying you further and further into the gentle embrace of sleep. Ilawan lets herself float now, leaving the fountain behind, carried slowly by the soft night air above the courtyard. She imagines rising gently over the castle walls, watching the silver moonlight trace the towers and turrets, bathing every stone in quiet calm. You can picture yourself beside her, weightless, moving through the night, each gentle lift of air soft against your skin, each subtle motion rocking your body into deeper stillness, your thoughts drifting like clouds in a calm sky. The distant hills stretch endlessly, each peak glowing faintly under the soft touch of moonlight. Ilawan notices a small flock of owls gliding silently through the air, their wings moving in slow, measured rhythm. She imagines listening to the subtle whisper of feathers brushing air, a quiet sound almost too soft to notice, yet perfect in its ability to calm. You can imagine the same, the soft rustle of wings, the gentle flap, the quiet presence of creatures moving in harmony with night, reminding you that all is still, all is safe, all is serene. Below, the castle gardens glimmer softly, the ponds reflecting silver light, fireflies weaving slow arcs, and flowers nodding gently in the breeze. Ilawan drifts down, her feet, each step is a slow meditation, every contact with the grass or stone releasing a small sigh of calm. You can feel the same beneath your own imagined feet, the warmth of the earth, the softness of petals brushing your ankles, the gentle trickle of water from a hidden fountain, all carrying you farther into restful trance. A gentle voice seems to rise from the stones themselves, a soft whisper echoing through the gardens. It is the voice of the past, telling a quiet story of nights like this one, of queens and poets, of songs sung under starlit skies, each note designed to soothe and calm. Ilawan listens, letting the words settle into her chest, her mind, her limbs. You can imagine the same gentle storytelling wrapping around you, each syllable slow, soft, and rhythmic, creating tiny waves that move through your body, washing away tension, carrying your thoughts farther from waking. The fountain's water now reflects stars in slow, shimmering trails, each droplet catching light as if tiny jewels were suspended in the night. Eloan leans close, watching a single droplet fall, its soft plop echoing in perfect silence. You can picture that sound in your mind, tiny, precise, almost imperceptible, yet somehow filling your awareness, grounding you, and carrying a gentle, hypnotic rhythm that matches your own breath, slow, steady, serene. A soft path appears, lined with roses, whose petals seem to glow faintly, silver-tipped and fluttering in a breeze that carries the faint scent of lavender and night-blooming jasmine. Iloan walks along it slowly, her fingers brushing each petal, each touch releasing a whisper of warmth and calm. You can imagine the same, running your hands lightly across soft petals, inhaling the faint scent of flowers, feeling the gentle, unhurried pulse of life and beauty in every step, and letting it move through you like a gentle wave of tranquility. Above, stars begin to form patterns, constellations that slowly rotate, each star twinkling in deliberate rhythm. Iloan leans back, lying softly on a mossy patch near the path, watching them drift. You can imagine lying beside her, the soft moss supporting every curve of your body, each star above pulsing in rhythm with your heartbeat, your breathing, your calm mind, each flicker carrying you deeper into sleep, into soft, dreamlike stillness. The moon's reflection on a small pond nearby stretches and shimmers, forming gentle shapes, soft arcs, and flowing lines, almost like slow dancing ribbons of light. Eloan imagines, following them with her eyes, letting them guide her mind like a quiet river. You can imagine the same, letting your gaze drift over slow-moving shapes, each movement drawing your thoughts along, smoothing them, slowing them, dissolving any tension or restlessness, guiding you into the gentle arms of sleep. A soft melody begins once more, this time from a distant castle tower, a harp plucked slowly, its notes mingling with the whisper of night winds. Eloan listens, letting the music flow through her entirely, filling her chest with calm, her limbs with weightless relaxation, her mind with softness. You can imagine the same gentle music surrounding you, weaving through your own body and mind, each note a wave that moves slowly, softly, perfectly, carrying you toward dream without effort, without hurry, without thought. Eloan finally drifts to a small alcove hidden behind flowering vines, a secret resting place known only to her. Soft cushions, moss, and petals create a bed of gentle comfort, bathed in moonlight and the faint glow of fireflies. She lies down fully, letting the night, the stars, the gentle breeze, and the soft music carry her completely into rest. You can picture yourself beside her, lying in the same quiet sanctuary, your body sinking fully, your mind dissolving, your breath slow, steady, and effortless, and your thoughts drifting gently away like clouds on a windless night. Eloan drifts now beyond the garden, floating softly over rolling hills that glow faintly in the silver light of the moon. Each hill is covered with soft grass that sways in the slow night breeze, and tiny cottages the landscape, their chimneys curling faint wisps of smoke into the calm air. You can picture yourself beside her weightless, moving over the landscape, feeling the gentle lift of air around your body, the quiet hush of night, wrapping you in its soft, unhurried rhythm, each breath slower than the last, each heartbeat more relaxed. Below, a small village stirs quietly. Lanterns glow through the foggy night, casting warm pools of golden light on cobblestone streets. Eloan imagines wandering down one of these streets, feeling the texture of the stones under her bare feet, hearing only the distant murmur of water from a small fountain and the soft rustling of leaves in the village square. You can imagine yourself walking beside her, the quiet of the night holding you, the gentle textures of stone and leaf grounding you, carrying your mind farther from wakefulness, deeper into rest. A soft, warm scent drifts through the night, air-fresh bread from the baker's oven, mingling with the faint fragrance of herbs drying on wooden racks outside tiny homes. Eloan breathes it in deeply, letting it fill her chest with comfort, calm, and slow, gentle warmth. You can picture the same, inhaling the soft aroma, feeling it spread like golden light through your body, dissolving any tension, letting each exhale release worries, each inhale drawing serenity and ease deeper into every limb. From a distant tower, the faint sound of bells rings once, then twice, soft and slow, their tone lingering like a gentle vibration in the air. Eloan imagines the sound as a heartbeat of the village, steady, reassuring, rhythmic, guiding her steps along the empty streets. You can imagine the same rhythm surrounding you, subtle but persistent, each note sinking softly into your consciousness, matching your own heartbeat, guiding you deeper into a calm, hypnotic state where nothing exists except quiet, safety, and serenity. She arrives at a small wooden bridge spanning a clear, gently flowing stream. The water sparkles like liquid silver in the moonlight, carrying reflections of stars and the pale glow of lanterns along its banks. Eloan pauses, leaning over the railing to watch the water move slowly beneath her, letting its quiet motion soothe her mind. You can imagine standing beside her, feeling the gentle vibration of the bridge underfoot, hearing the soft trickle of water, letting your mind move with it, each ripple carrying away lingering thoughts, each shimmer of light settling your awareness. Above, a single owl glides silently, its large eyes reflecting the moonlight, its wings barely stirring the air. Eloan watches, marveling at its perfect, measured flight, the ease with which it navigates the night. You can imagine that same flight passing over you, invisible and quiet, its calm presence wrapping you in reassurance, reminding you that all is safe, all is still, all is as it should be. Each slow beat of its wings is a lullaby, each glide a signal to your body and mind to release, relax, and drift deeper. The village square is now empty, except for the soft flicker of lanterns and the quiet sway of trees in the wind. Eloan sits on a low stone wall, tracing the lines of the carved faces and vines, feeling the smoothness of worn edges beneath her fingertips. You can picture the same tactile sensation, your hands resting softly on imagined stone, the gentle pressure grounding you, carrying a subtle warmth into your fingertips, your arms, your shoulders, relaxing you from head to toe. A tiny cat emerges from behind a stack of firewood, padding softly along the street, its tail curling in slow arcs. Eloan smiles, letting the quiet presence of the small creature ease her further. You can imagine the same gentle companion brushing past your legs, its fur soft against your skin, its silent, measured steps mirroring your own slowed heartbeat, reminding you that each small movement in the world can be a source of calm, a lullaby in motion. A warm breeze rises again, carrying the faint scent of lavender and honeysuckle. Elawan lets it drift through her hair, across her face, and into her chest. You can picture it brushing across your own skin, each whisper of wind a gentle hand, each sigh of air a reminder to let go, to breathe slowly, to float in calm, weightless, and unhurried, sinking farther into the soft embrace of night. Finally, she approaches the edge of the village, where the fields stretch wide, silvered by moonlight and dotted with faint wildflowers. Elawan lies down on the grass, letting the earth support her completely, each blade of grass a soft cushion, each flower a gentle brush against her fingers. Lying fully supported, the earth beneath you steady and calm, the night sky above infinite and soft, every breath and heartbeat slowing, every thought softening, every muscle releasing into perfect ease. Above, the stars rotate slowly, patterns forming and reforming in soft hypnotic arcs. Fireflies move in synchrony with the stars, tracing gentle spirals in the air, tiny lights guiding your mind toward serenity. Elawan closes her eyes fully, letting the stars, the wind, the soft sounds of night, and the gentle warmth of the earth carry her completely into dream. You can imagine yourself closing your eyes as well, carried effortlessly into the same gentle, safe, and restorative sleep. Each moment longer, slower, softer, until the world fades entirely and only rest remains. The stars above shimmer brighter now, shifting in slow, spiraling motion. Elawan watches, her body still, her mind floating, as the constellations begin to move like glowing rivers across the sky. Their light pours down in long, silvery ribbons, twisting through the air like floating streams of silk. You can imagine the same light falling gently over you, brushing across your skin in cool, soft trails, each beam a whisper of peace, a delicate thread drawing you deeper into the soft ocean of sleep. The fields around her transform, slowly and silently, as though the world itself is breathing. The grass takes on a soft golden hue, each blade shimmering faintly in the moonlight, while clusters of tiny flowers bloom with every heartbeat of the earth. You can picture the same gentle transformation beneath you, the ground warm, alive, and breathing, supporting you completely, each breath syncing with your own, slow, steady, and infinitely calm. From beyond the hills, a new light appears, warm, flickering, golden. Elawan rises, her movements slow and effortless, and begins to walk toward it. The air around her is cool, carrying the faint scent of wood smoke and honey. You can imagine the same air touching your skin, brushing softly against your face, drifting through your hair. Each step forward becomes lighter, dreamlike, as though the earth itself moves beneath you, gently carrying you onward, without effort, without thought. As Elawan approaches, she finds a small, floating castle suspended above a still lake. Its towers rise into the sky, glowing faintly with candlelight. Long bridges of silver mist connect the turrets, and slow-moving lanterns drift through the air like glowing petals. You can picture the same floating castle before you, each light swaying gently in rhythm with your breathing. The faint sound of a harp echoes through the night, slow, melodic, and hypnotic, wrapping around your mind like a gentle lullaby, leading you further into dream. Elawan steps softly onto a bridge of mist, feeling its cool texture beneath her feet. The bridge does not sway or creak, it simply carries her, light and steady, over the shimmering water below. You can imagine walking with her, the air perfectly still around you, the soft glow of the castle reflected in the lake beneath your steps. Every movement is slow, every sound faint and soothing, the quiet drip of water, the distant hum of night, and the gentle rhythm of your own breath. When she reaches the entrance of the floating castle, great wooden doors open without a sound. Warm candlelight spills outward, washing over her face, her hands, her body, wrapping her in a gentle glow. You can imagine the same warmth touching you, melting any last traces of tension from your shoulders, your neck, your chest. Inside, the light flickers in rhythmic harmony with your heartbeat, slow, pulsing, steady, as though the castle itself breathes with you. Within the grand hall, rows of candles float in the air, their flames flickering softly but never fading. The air smells faintly of beeswax and jasmine, and each flame glows in shades of gold, silver, and pale blue. Ilawan moves among them slowly, feeling the faint warmth of each as she passes. You can imagine these candles drifting around you, too, their gentle light brushing over your skin like warm air, their flickers syncing with your breath, soft, slow, endlessly soothing. At the center of the hall stands a great round pool filled with perfectly still water. Its surface mirrors the ceiling, a map of the stars above, glowing faintly, infinite and calm. Ilawan kneels beside it, dipping her fingers gently into the cool surface. The ripples move outward in slow waves, each one shimmering faintly with light. You can imagine touching that same surface, feeling its cool smoothness against your skin, watching each ripple travel outward like a soft sigh, each wave spreading calm through every part of your body, every corner of your mind. The music of the harp grows softer, slower, until it is nothing but a faint vibration in the air, a sound you feel more than hear. Ilawan lies down beside the glowing pool, her eyes half closed, her breathing deep and even. You can imagine lying down beside her, the smooth stone beneath you warm and solid, the candlelight flickering above, the air soft and weightless. Each breath feels deeper, slower. Each exhale releases more, until you feel completely supported, completely safe, completely at peace. The floating castle begins to drift gently through the night sky, its towers gliding silently above the clouds. From the windows, Ilawan can see the sleeping world below, rivers glinting in silver, forests cloaked in mist, distant villages glowing faintly like scattered stars. You can imagine the same vision, the vast, silent earth far below you, a world wrapped in slumber, still and perfect. The soft motion of the castle feels like a cradle, rocking you gently, slowly, tenderly, until your body feels like it's melting into the rhythm of night itself. As she watches, a single lantern floats past the window, a tiny light drifting in the vast, dark sky. Ilawan smiles softly, her eyelids fluttering closed. You can picture that lantern, too, drifting quietly through the air, carrying your last waking thought away. It moves slowly, calmly, its glow fading as it floats higher and higher, until it disappears into the stars. You let it go, that tiny light, and with it, you release everything that belongs to waking, surrendering completely to the soft, endless ocean of sleep. The floating castle drifts higher, slower, and quieter. The last thing Ilawan feels is the faint warmth of the moonlight across her face, the soft hum of the stars around her, and the gentle rhythm of her breath, slow, deep, peaceful. You can imagine yourself there, too, your body weightless, your breath calm, your thoughts gone. The world fades softly, soundlessly, beautifully, leaving only stillness, comfort, and deep, restoring sleep. Inside the drifting castle, Alawan begins to wander again. The air is weightless here, every movement a glide, every breath a soft shimmer. Corridors stretch like ribbons of moonlight, walls woven of translucent stone that glows from within. You can imagine moving through those halls beside her, each step almost soundless. Your feet touching polished marble that feels neither warm nor cold, just perfectly balanced, perfectly calm. Along the walls, faint shapes appear, paintings that move in silence. Knights kneel before shimmering queens, bards pluck invisible strings, and alchemists stir glass flasks that glow like captured dawn. None of them speak. They simply move in slow, looping rhythm, repeating motions that seem both ancient and new. You can picture them too, soft as mist, reminders of history now, gentle and harmless, their stories dissolved into the peace of night. Alawan pauses at an arched window that opens directly onto the stars. The wind that drifts in is not cold but silken, carrying the scent of something familiar, baked bread, candle smoke, the memory of home. She leans forward and listens, and you can imagine leaning forward with her, the stars whispering tiny fragments of forgotten lullabies. Each whisper is a single word of comfort, a breath of reassurance that you are safe, that you may rest, that you may simply be. Far below, clouds ripple like pale oceans, their edges glowing faintly where lightning flickers inside them. The sound reaches the castle as a soft rumble, like a giant's sigh in the distance. Alawan lets the sound vibrate through her, the slow bass note of the world's own heartbeat. You can let it vibrate through you as well, low, steady, grounding. Each quiet pulse deepens the heaviness in your limbs, the comfort in your chest, the calm that spreads through every part of you. She turns away from the window and walks toward a circular chamber filled with water, so still it mirrors the ceiling perfectly. Tiny drops fall from crystal spires above, creating gentle rings that expand and vanish, expand and vanish. Shade, one a slow reminder of how thoughts come and go. You can see it in your mind's eye, a single drop, a ripple, the circle widening, fading, the surface returning to stillness. It happens again and again, the rhythm steady and hypnotic. With each imagined ripple, another thought fades, another muscle softens. In the center of the chamber floats a small island of stone covered in moss and white flowers. Alawan steps lightly onto it and sits cross-legged. Around her, the air glows faintly with color blue, violet, pale gold-age shade, moving like slow-swimming fish through clear water. You can imagine sitting there, to light drifting around you, wrapping your body in warmth, and as you breathe, the colors shift gently in time with you. Inhale a bloom of blue, exhale a sigh of silver. Inhale warmth, exhale release. From somewhere unseen, soft chimes begin to ring. The tones are round and clear, spaced far apart so that each one lingers long after it's struck. Alawan closes her eyes, counting them without numbers, just feeling the space between sounds stretch wider and wider. You can do the same, letting those slow, resonant tones fill the silence around you. Notice the way each note seems to carry a tiny thread of light that settles on your skin, turning to comfort, to calm, to weightless drowsiness. When she opens her eyes again, faint images drift across the water's surface. She sees her younger self walking through the candlelit garden, sees the willow bending over the pond, the village glowing far below. The scenes flow one into another, seamless, slow, beautiful. They are not memories now. They are dreams, repeating themselves gently, so she can rest within them. You can imagine those same images flickering at the edge of your own mind. Gardens, stars, rivers, the faces of kind strangers, all soft, all safe, all fading into the warmth of sleep. The castle tilts slightly as it drifts, and Alawan lies down on the moss, her hair spreading like threads of gold across the green. The petals of the white flowers close around her, as if to protect her, their faint perfume sweet and light. You can imagine lying there beside her, the moss soft beneath you, the air warm against your cheeks, the perfume surrounding you in invisible clouds. Each breath grows slower, heavier, deeper. Each blink lasts longer than the one before. Above, the crystal ceiling opens like a flower, revealing the pure night sky once more. Stars shine through in rivers of light, and somewhere high above, the moon drifts closer, filling the chamber with a soft, silvery glow. Alawan watches it until her eyes grow too heavy to keep open. You can do the same. Let your eyelids lower halfway, feel the glow fade to darkness behind them, and know that this darkness is gentle, it is rest, it is safety, it is sleep. And now the chimes grow fainter, the air stills, the water beneath the island becomes a perfect mirror again. Everything in this floating world, the candles, the stars, the castle itself seems to hold its breath. Iloan's breathing becomes the only motion, slow and steady, like waves on an unseen shore. You can match her rhythm if you wish. A long inhale through the nose, a soft sigh out through the mouth, and then nothing but quiet. The body sinks, the mind drifts, the heart rests. The dream holds you here, suspended, timeless, nothing to do, nowhere to be. Only this weightless calm. Let it cradle you. Let it keep you. Let sleep take you, the way night takes the stars into its soft, endless sea. Somewhere far beyond the drifting castle, the night begins to loosen its hold. The stars, bright as spilled jewels, start to fade, one by one each wink, a soft farewell. Iloan stirs slightly on her moss-covered island. A breath escapes her lips, slow and warm. You can imagine the same tiny motion in yourself, a quiet shift, a hint that your body knows it has rested long and well. The silence that fills the chamber is not emptiness. It is full of slow music, the pulse of the world, waking beneath you. A bird calls once in the distance, a single note that floats upward through layers of mist. The sound lingers, then fades, leaving behind a hush so complete it feels like velvet. You can picture that sound. Let it travel through you. First, a vibration in your chest, then a ripple of lightness that moves through your limbs, reminding you that you are returning gently to yourself. The water in the great pool glows faintly again, not with moonlight now, but with the palest hint of rose and amber, the very first colors of dawn. The petals that once closed around Alawan begin to open, unfolding in slow motion. Each petal releases a tiny sigh of perfume, and the air fills with the scent of clean earth, dew, and something sweet, like the moment right before morning bread is baked. You can breathe that scent too, long and deep, feeling it fill your lungs. A promise of warmth, of renewal, of another day beginning softly. Outside the windows, the castle drifts lower through veils of thinning clouds. The world below starts to appear, a line of dark hills, silver rivers, and the smallest curls of smoke from waking hearths. The floating towers turn slowly, quietly, as though they too are stretching after sleep. The candles that hovered in the hall wink out one by one, each leaving behind a faint trace of warmth that fades into the golden light now creeping across the floor. You can picture that light spilling gently over you, touching your hair, your hands, your heart, telling every cell that the long rest is nearly done. Ilawan opens her eyes. They are calm, bright, but unhurried eyes that have dreamed deeply. She sits up, and her fingers trail through the moss. Dew clings to her skin, cool and sparkling. You can imagine that touch on your own hands, tiny beads of morning moisture that remind you how fresh the world can feel after rest. Each drop seems to whisper a word alive, awake, renewed. Somewhere nearby, a soft flutter of wings begins as doves glide in through one of the open arches. Their feathers catch the light, scattering it across the walls like reflections on water. The sound of their wings is rhythmic, steady, like the slow beating of a gentle drum. You can match that rhythm if you wish. Let it set the pace of your breathing. In, out, each exhale carrying away the last fragments of dream, each inhale drawing in the cool clarity of morning. Ilawan rises, stretching her arms. The floating castle trembles, then settles softly on a cloud bank near the edge of dawn. A new breeze enters, carrying faint sounds from the world below, the clop of hooves on cobblestone, the laughter of a baker setting out her trays, the ring of a bell calling villagers to the day. These are small sounds, humble and kind. You can let them reach you to tiny reminders of life continuing in perfect calm. A world still gentle enough to step into when you are ready. The castle doors swing open. A path of light pours out, leading toward the horizon where the first true rays of sun break through. Ilawan walks toward it, her bare feet silent against the stone. Her gown catches the light and turns translucent, shimmering like water. You can picture walking with her, each step lighter, the weight of sleep still in your body, but no longer heavy, only comforting, like a warm blanket draped around your shoulders. She pauses once more at the threshold and looks back at the halls where she has slept. The floating candles, the soft waters, the corridors of moonlight are fading now, not disappearing, but becoming part of the morning sky. "Thank you," she whispers to the silence, her voice no louder than a breath. You can echo her whisper if you wish, thanking the night, the dreams, the rest itself for holding you so gently. Gratitude, even spoken silently, feels like warmth spreading in the chest, soft, grounding, real. When Ilawan steps through the golden doorway, she finds herself standing, not on stone, but on the duet grass of the castle garden. The same garden she once walked under starlight is now bathed in morning glow. The fountain sparkles, the roses glisten, and the whispering willow sways softly in the first wind of day. You can imagine standing there too, the sun low and gentle on your face, the air cool but kind, the earth beneath you steady and supportive. All around, life begins to stir. A gardener humming to himself as he trims the lavender, a dog stretching by the gate, a child carrying a basket of bread across the courtyard. Ordinary sounds, but in this quiet morning they become a lullaby of waking, a rhythm of peace returning to motion. Ilawan listens, smiling faintly. She feels no rush, no urgency. The world can wait. She is still half in dream, still wrapped in calm. You can let that same half-dream linger in you, a bridge between rest and waking, where nothing needs to be done just yet. She walks toward the old fountain and touches its cool edge. The reflection that greets her is not the solemn princess who entered the night, but a woman softened by understanding, calm in her solitude, strong in her stillness. The water ripples slightly, and her reflection smiles back. You can picture your own reflection there, eyes relaxed, face peaceful, carrying the quiet beauty that comes only after deep rest. The bells in the village begin to ring again, not as chimes of duty, but of welcome. Each note is bright, clear, joyful. The air around the castle seems to glow with the sound. Eloan closes her eyes and lets the tones wash through her, every ring loosening the last threads of sleep. You can let them wash through you too, tiny ripples of brightness that move through your body, waking you slowly, gently, beautifully. And now the first full beam of sunlight reaches the garden. It stretches across the grass, touches the petals of the roses, then brushes Eloan's cheek. She breathes it in a long, contented breath that feels like the beginning of a promise. The warmth spreads through her chest, through her arms, down to her fingertips. You can feel that same warmth spreading through you now, filling every corner of your body with gentle light, the kind that makes everything inside you smile. The castle's shadow stretches long across the valley as dawn grows steadier. Mist drifts along the moat like ribbons of silk being gathered back to the river. Eloan watches the way sunlight filters through it, first pale, then warmer, then filled with specks of gold. You can imagine that same light finding you where you rest, touching your eyelids from behind, a reminder that there is a gentle world waiting whenever you choose to open your eyes. She walks through the garden slowly. Bees begin to hum around the lavender, their sound low and soft, like a single continuous chord. Tiny drops of dew tremble on each petal before slipping down to the soil. Every sound, every glimmer feels measured, unhurried. You can hear them too if you listen, the small pulse of morning, steady and reassuring. A music that seems to say, you have time, you are safe, you may move as slowly as you wish. At the far end of the courtyard, the cook has opened the kitchen shutters. The smell of warm bread and honey butter drifts out in waves. Eloan smiles, remembering how, as a child, she would steal the smallest roll while the servants pretended not to notice. She steps closer, and the cook bows with affection rather than ceremony. "Good morning, my lady," he murmurs, voice thick with sleep. You can almost hear that voice yourself, flow, kind, ordinary-like, someone greeting you softly after a long nap. She breaks a piece of bread and hands half back to him. The crust is still warm, the steam fragrant. As she eats, the sweetness of the honey melts on her tongue, and she feels strength returning, not sharp energy, but calm vitality. The sense that her body is quietly ready to meet the day. You can imagine that taste, that warmth spreading through you as if from within, waking muscles gently, coaxing the heart into a smooth, comfortable rhythm. A bell rings again from the distant chapel, this time brighter, quicker. Its echo rolls over the valley like sunlight pouring over hills. Eloan listens, and the corners of her mouth lift in a peaceful smile. She knows this sound has rung here every morning for 100 years, long before she was born, and it will keep ringing long after she is gone. There is comfort in that continuity, the world moving forward, steady and kind. You can let that idea settle in you too, that the rhythm of life continues effortlessly, and you are part of it simply by breathing. Children appear in the courtyard, chasing each other between the rose bushes, their laughter bright but not harsh. They carry small ribbons of colored cloth that flutter in the breeze. Eloan watches them, her heart lighter with each sound of joy. She bends and ties one ribbon to her wrista, simple blue wand, lets it dance as she walks. You can imagine that ribbon tied gently around your own wrist, fluttering with your breath, a reminder of the playfulness still waiting in the waking world. She passes through the open gate and walks toward the village below. The path curves gently down the hillside, bordered by wildflowers that have begun to open their faces to the sun. Birds skim low over the fields. The distant river catches light like a moving mirror. Each step down the hill feels deliberate, grounding. You can picture yourself taking those same steps, the soles of your feet pressing into cool, firm earth, the soft pull of gravity bringing you home to your body. In the village square, the market has begun to stir. Vendors set out baskets of apples and folded cloth. A cooper taps the rim of a new barrel to test its sound. The air smells of wood, fruit, and new day. Iluan moves among them quietly, greeting each with a nod. Her people meet her gaze, not with fear, but with that calm respect that comes from knowing a gentle heart. You can feel that exchange, wordless trust, shared quiet like the warmth between friends who don't need to speak. At the center of the square stands a stone well. Elawin leans over it and looks down. The water is dark but clear. It mirrors the sky above, now pale blue, streaked with silver clouds. She lowers the small wooden bucket, listens to it fill, then draws it up again. The rope creaks softly, the pulley sighs. You can imagine that sound, simple and ancient, a rhythm of work that has lasted through centuries. She pours a little of the water into her hands and splashes her face. The coolness makes her inhale sharply, then laugh quietly, freely. You can feel that same awakening touch on your own skin, a hint of freshness calling you closer to wakefulness without losing the peace you've gathered in sleep. A bard begins to play near the tavern door, the strings of his lute humming a slow, cheerful tune. The melody winds through the air, mixing with the smell of baking bread and the chatter of villagers. Eloan listens for a while, then hums along, her voice low and even, blending with the notes. The song is about beginnings, about morning, about how the simplest acts, lighting a fire, opening a door, greeting the day, can feel like small miracles. You can let that melody hum quietly inside you now, each note a breath, each pause a heartbeat, gentle energy rising through you like sunlight through leaves. As the tune fades, the first true warmth of the sun spreads across the square. Shadows shorten. The air itself seems to glow. Alawan lifts her face to the light and closes her eyes once more. The dream of night lingers somewhere deep within her, but it no longer pulls, it supports. It has become a quiet foundation she can return to any time she needs calm. You can hold that same sense inside you, that rest is not lost when you wake. It remains like soft earth beneath your feet, always there, always steady. For a long moment, everything paused, the wind, the sound of the well, the motion of the market. Morning is complete. Then, as naturally as breathing, life begins again, gentle and sure. The day has come, and you, like Eloan, are ready to meet it with calm, open eyes. The light keeps widening. Sunbeams slide between the rooftops, spill across window panes, and paint every stone with slow-moving gold. A breeze rises from the valley. It carries the smell of bread, hay, and river water warmed by morning. Eloan stands quietly at the edge of the square, watching as life unfolds in the rhythm of daylight. You can feel that same rhythm pulsing faintly through you. Now the slow, steady beat that means the world is turning again, and you are turning with it. A boy runs past her, laughing, a string of tiny bells tied to his sleeve. The bells ring a bright, skipping tune that dances in the air. She smiles, the sound drawing a soft laugh from her chest. You can picture that laughter low, easy, spreading warmth through your own body. It is the kind of sound that untangles the last threads of sleep without disturbing the peace it left behind. She begins to walk toward the river that winds past the village. Mist rises from it like silver smoke, curling upward and dissolving in the sun. The path is lined with wild rosemary. When her skirts brush the plants, the scent releases sharp and clean, the smell of beginning. You can breathe that in, to feel how freshness wakes your senses slowly, kindly, never too fast. Down by the river, fishermen are setting their nets. They greet her with nods and quiet good mornings. The words drift over the water, echoed by the ripples against the bank. Eloan kneels, dips her hand in, and watches the sunlight shatter into bright fragments across the surface. The coolness surprises her and makes her smile wider. You can imagine dipping your own hand into that clear stream, the tiny chill tracing its way up your arm, leaving you alert but calm, present but unhurried. She looks toward the horizon, where the mountains stand a line of blue and silver, fading into light. Clouds move slowly across their peaks, each one glowing at the edges. For a moment, she closes her eyes and simply feels the air on her face. You can do the same. Feel the invisible weight of sunlight pressing gently on your eyelids, the whisper of breeze along your skin, the quiet hum of life beginning all around you. Each breath steadies, becomes bright. A rider approaches along the road, his horse's hooves muffled by soft earth. He carries a satchel filled with parchment, sealed with wax. He bows slightly when he reaches her. "Messages from the north, my lady." His voice is respectful but calm, as though speaking into a still lake. She takes the letters, thanks him, and watches him ride away. The wax seals glint red in the sun. She does not open them yet. The moment is too peaceful to invite the weight of words. You can understand that feeling the quiet decision to let the day unfold gently, to do only one thing at a time, to move from stillness into action with ease. When she finally turns back toward the castle on the hill, it no longer seems distant or grand. It is simply home, a place built of stone, sunlight, and memory. The floating towers of her dream feel far away, but not lost. They have become part of her, part of the calm she carries as she walks. You can sense the same within yourself now, that even when you rise, the softness of rest stays behind your ribs, a slow heartbeat of quiet that you can return to whenever you need it. She walks up the winding path again. The sounds of the village fade into birdsong and wind through trees. The sun is higher now, washing everything in warm gold. Shadows shrink, dew dries, and the air smells faintly of grass and light. You can picture yourself walking beside her, every step firm and comfortable, your breathing matching hers, long, easy inhales, slow, contented exhales. The world is awake, and you are part of it. At the castle gate, the guards bow and swing the doors open. Inside, the courtyard glows. Someone has set a bowl of fresh water on the fountain's edge. Petals float on its surface. Eloan cups her hands, drinks, and lets the rest trickle through her fingers. She feels the cold and the heat of the sun meeting in her palms, perfect and simple. You can imagine that same balance in yourself now. Cool mind, warm heart, centered body. She climbs the stairs to the balcony that faces east. From here, she can see everything. The river like a silver thread, the village roofs, the endless green fields. The wind lifts her hair, and the blue ribbon tied to her wrist flutters once, then stills. She knows that this morning, like all mornings, will unfold at its own quiet pace, and that knowledge feels like peace. She places her hands on the stone rail and whispers a blessing to the day. May every hour be kind. May every task be gentle. May rest always return. Her voice is almost too soft to hear, yet the words seem to travel on the wind, carrying that wish outward to everyone still waking. You can take that blessing as yours too. Let it rest lightly on your shoulders, a calm promise to move through the coming hours with ease and grace. Below, the bells ring one last time. They no longer sound distant or dreamy. They are clear, bright, welcoming. Each note feels like sunlight touching the world. Eloan listens until the final echo fades into open sky. Then she smiles, a quiet, knowing smile, and steps back from the balcony. The day has begun. You can linger here for a few breaths more, feeling the same peace fill you. Warmth spreading through fingers and toes, a soft readiness behind your eyelids. When you choose to open your eyes, you'll carry the calm of the night and the freshness of this dawn together, balanced and whole. There is no hurry. Simply breathe. Let the last image fade, the garden, the castle, the gentle face of Eloanand. Come back slowly to the world around you, in and out, light and rest, dream and day. The story ends, but its stillness stays with you. Whenever you need it, you can close your eyes and return to the quiet castle in the clouds, to the morning garden, to the peace of a princess who learned that solitude could be strength and gentleness its own kind of power.